Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. Figure we knock out a little bit of a hot take video here, and see how we are going to do. So this guy, Aaron Stan, I'm pretty sure this is who it was, asked me on a recent live stream to go over his hot take thread from the one tweet I made. Actually, if I hit back, this will head to my tweet, right? Yeah. So, I was like, yeah, okay, cool. So this was right before, it's gonna be a little bit, and this was until, what ended up being the God Goku and Beerus, Dual Dokkan Fest was released, right? Okay, so let's see. Let's take a look at a couple of hot takes. If you're curious here for Dokkan right now, what is kind of like the release order of things looking like? On the 2nd, we have a couple of new fights of Dokkan Frontier. I don't think it's going to be a lot of fights. There's, only 2 fights in the data that have not dropped. And maybe some new missions or something. That's on the 2nd. And then I think the 3rd is when we're going to be getting a EZA details, because the 3rd is the data download day, which we know because the 3rd is the day Global is getting the update, right? So the 3rd should be EZA details day, as well as data download and, Global getting the update, the big update, which has a lot of positives to it. There is a huge negative, though, in that there's like a big delay added to like a lot of like startup for animations. Hopefully they fix that, hopefully. All right, let's jump in. Let's see what we got. AGL UI Goku is the best aging character of all time. I mean, yeah, you could say that pretty easily. Like, if we just look at, like, so his base and his EZA, I don't know, like, how many days overall has he been, like, a very good option or, like, a top 10 character or, like, something like that? And it's like, yeah, I mean, you could probably make the case that AGL UI Goku is, like, the strongest unit in Dokkan history, actually, because of how much he's been relevant, how good he's pretty much always been, right? It's like there's a lot of anti-dodge people, but like, I mean, facts are facts. AGL UI Goku is crazy. Yeah, fit on almost any team. You can run him without leader skill, right? Like, it's dodge canceling does hurt him. That's why I did see, I think I was looking at the Reddit one of these days. There was a reason I was looking at it for, and I saw a post where someone said, because a lot of people have been talking about Beast Gohan versus STR Gogeta thing, which I do think the answer is Beast Gohan is the better unit all time over STR Gogeta. I think STR Gogeta is a little overrated, but my playing in STR Gogeta's prime was very limited. Like, what would we call STR Gogeta's prime? Up until AGL Super Vegito released, probably, right? I was only playing for a couple of weeks before AGL Super Vegito came out, so I wasn't around for too much of his prime. I wasn't around in the first anniversary, so it's hard for me to then say, yeah, Beast is definitely better. But, I mean, I've looked back. I've done my research. I'm pretty sure Beast is a better all-time character. But I saw someone do, oh, well, Beast isn't even the best character of his own year. And they did AGL UI Goku, but that's cap to me. Because AGL UI Goku, as great as he was, I hated using him in the Goku and Frieza fight, right? Like, you could make it work, but to me, I would rather not run the UI Gokus in that Goku and Frieza fight because of the 17 and Golden Frieza phase. Remember, I said many times, that is easily one of the bosses that has killed me the most ever. That 17 and Golden Frieza dodge canceling phase, the AoE Broly in the 2022 Red Zone, I think the first phase of Greatest Tours Jiren, these are some of the bosses that have absolutely decimated me the most, right? For sure. Okay. Dokkan community complains more than almost any other community. Is this actually true, though? I don't, like, a lot of times, I think the Dokkan community ends up getting, like, I don't know. Like, all this complaining, oh my god, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's every community online. Am I crazy? I think it is. Like a lot of this stuff. If anything, I would say that the Dokkan community does seem probably a little bit more welcoming to things like trans people and trans rights and stuff than many other communities. Am I crazy? Like, I feel like it is. So, it's difficult for me to just be like, oh yeah, Dokkan community is so bad. I mean, they whine like crazy. Hell yeah, but I do follow Dead by Daylight pretty I mean, relatively close. It feels the same as Dokkan. To me, it does. It feels like the same as Dokkan, right? Like, like updates are bad and, some parts of the game breaks and everyone's mad. And then they drop some new shit and it's like people are mad and it's too good. And then they say it's boring, right? Like what happens? Like to me, I see so many parallels between like when Dead by Daylight does something with some of the updates and the complaining versus when Dokkan does some of the updates and the complaining. Feels very similar to me, right? So I don't know. Let's see. Complains more than most gaming communities. People complain when fights are too hard. They complain when they're too easy. They complain again when the game's too easy. They complain if there's, not enough content. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is true, but complaints. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. The complaints during the 10th anniversary were insanity to me. I don't like the 10th anniversary was so good. Bro, it really was. It really was. And it does make sense because, like, the 10th anniversary characters, I mean, with, like, the full, like, roadmap of everything that happened, they were not, like, the 10th anniversary characters are probably the weakest anniversary characters we've had in several years, right? But, like, overall, I would say the majority, like, were way more happier on the 10th anniversary than, like, this year, where the characters are probably the best they've ever been. But people are unhappy about all the other things, and the other things is what's like it does match up, right? I would say people, I mean, I do think the people complaining heavily during 10th anniversary were crazy. They were crazy. Like genuinely batshit crazy. When Dokkan puts less effort, like 11th anniversary, I feel like community deserves that. What do we think? Do we think that the 11th anniversary was weaker because they put so much effort and budget into the part 2 LRs? Like, is that it? Is that why? It is interesting because the 11th anniversary is definitely very subpar. I would have to say, to me, it's the second worst anniversary I've played. I think the third anniversary I'd put at the bottom. It is crazy. It is crazy. Oh, interesting. The sync is the worst thing that's ever happened to Dokkan. I will say the community has become a lot more negative since the sync has happened. That is true. I was rooting for it before it happened. Me too. I thought it would make the community a lot happier, but it did not. It absolutely did not. Dead periods now affect both versions of the game, so they feel more dead. This is true. Yeah. It's just like, all right, well, JP's dead. Okay, well, Global is getting Dokkan Fest, whatever. Like, that's a good point. That does make the game feel more lively. Certainly it does. Free-to-play players, small spenders, can no longer plan ahead properly. Gold players could see what's coming, decided to save for Beast Gohan, save all my stones from Rainbow Dome, instantly carry me through most of the content. Okay. Aaron, I'm with ya. Boom, yup. But, whoa. I mean, I just, Global used to get extra benefits. The used is tough right there. I understand that it's, a lot of it is paid, sure, but it ain't used to, buddy. Things like the Gogeta Broly step-up banner during 9th anniversary are amazing. Well, yeah, I mean, it's the best banner of all time in Dokkan history, and only Global got it, right? No longer get those kinds of privileges. Yeah, remember so a thing that JP Dokkan never did do. The life of a global player is actually so fucking easy. Like, it's like, like some of y'all, like, just need a Stern talking to about it. Not Aaron here. But, like, bro, the life of a global player is just like bells and whistles, man. Remember all of these major, so think of all the hypest characters, all Vegeta Blue, Rose, all these characters, right? Remember on Global, dude, they would do these, dual Dokkan Fests, right, on Global. And it was like three summons get one free type shit. Global would also get those extra tickets. Like, not only would you do the 3 summons, right, but during those 3 summons, you would get tickets. And then you could use those tickets on a separate ticket banner. So you're getting, like, double multis per multi. You know how many times JP got that? Never. The answer is never. So it's like, I know that there are some stupid things that happen with Global, right? For example, why was the update delayed 2 months randomly, like right now, right? Which is about to come on the 3rd. 100% that's stupid. but like the global gets the update, but then like JP never gets like, you know, the all the crazy shit that global got, right? So it's like one version gets everything global, and the other version JP does not, and that is just a factual statement. So, um, yeah. Again, though, definitely the community I think is more like angry. It does feel like the dead periods are more dead because the games are caught up. Yeah, yeah. I mean, me and Nano have talked about this, right? Quality of life updates should not take this long. Sure. They've done a really good job with a lot of these, so I'm hesitant to go too far into like gashing them because they finally like, you know, they have been just like pumping a lot of these out. Let me see. Should be easy to implement, but they take way too long with them. Maybe there's an argument where like they intentionally are slow, so that way, you know, like it's like something that is, you know, like so easy to implement. It's actually like a 2 second thing they do it, and then people are like, oh yeah, it's so great, and then they're, you know, the devs are laughing, ha ha ha, we could have did this years ago, right? Like I don't know, maybe he's right, maybe he's right. So friend system update, we got that, right? Which is perfect. Although I've seen a lot of people say they'd like a little bit more done. It could still be hard to find, like, you know, metal cooler. If you are a, you know, like a player who got like a 55% metal cooler, I mean, it's rough to find like any other good metal coolers or a Deborah or something like that still. For a player like me, find like the friend system is basically 100% fixed, which is good, but Baba Shop fix. I assume what Aaron is referring to with Baba Shop fix is, you know how the coin shop, there's just like limited coin 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, right, like right in a row. I assume that's what he's referring to. Like that needs to be like cleaned up, which I agree. I'm not really, doesn't feel like they need every single one of those just up in there, right? Summon animation skip, yes, that would help. Like, especially, you know, there's some players out there who will do like 7,000 stones on a banner, and for 6,000 of the stones in a row consecutively, they don't get the new character. I think for players like that, it would be good if they could skip summons. That would be very good, yeah. Yeah. Because, you know, I couldn't even, like, think of who it was, but, like, again, like, you know, imagine going 6,000 stones consecutively without the new character. That must just be quite the burden on someone mentally. It must really suck, you know? Just saying. That'd be crazy if that happened. Not huge gameplay changes, but they would improve the game a lot. Well, the good news is they have been pumping out a lot of these types of updates, right? They did give us the bulk sell. We got the friend system update, right? Like skill orb sorting, which a lot of people apparently asked for. So hopefully they could keep pumping these out, and we can get these fixes, right? Yeah, time limit events are just bad all around. We all agree with that. Luckily, since Aaron has made this, they did drop an RE Supreme Magnificent Battle that is not limited, so hopefully that will continue. Not a hot take by itself, but the result of it. Okay. Understand why Dokkan implemented wanted to limit the. I don't think that's true. I personally do not think this is true. Limit the number of stones for a free to play player. I do not believe that that's the case. Because it's, dude, there's already such an extreme amount. My theory might be more tied to the fact that Dokkan likes to drop these events with daily limitations, right? 5 attempts per day, 3 attempts per day, right? That's what they usually do. I think people did say we don't like that. So I think Dokkan might have tried to experiment with like giving infinite attempts per day, but then making it like a 2-week window or something like that. And my guess is they're planning on bringing it back anyway, like during like GDC or TDC or something, right? But I think that's worse. I do think that's probably what it is. I don't subscribe to this right here. Limit the number of stones a new free-to-play player could get. It's already an obscene amount. I mean, Iron Cane. Think about Iron Cane, right? Now, Iron Cane is a global player, so he is, you know, kind of like, you know, the special sunshine of Dokkan's Eye. So a lot of times these days, it does, like, Iron does very good because he does just buy the global exclusive ticket packs. He typically gets the character from the tickets because they're ridiculously broken. And then like at these days, I think he doesn't even really use too many stones. And iron, because of that too, iron. I don't like. He hasn't. He has thousands of like literally like 5,000 plus stones at minimum. I think just sitting there that he's not grinding. It's like all these players like they've already got that. Like I don't think so. I think that this is like a incredibly the most pessimistic way to view it. Maybe I'm too optimistic with the way I look at a lot of things, but then again, it's not just Dokkan that I do that with. So, I think it's them getting feedback that players are like, yeah, daily limits suck. So they tried like a 2-week window or something like that instead, and they like players hate it 100 times worse. Just go back to the daily limits. People hate that, but like, I mean, bro, like that's much better than the event not being around. The way they did it could hurt the game. Well, luckily, already an Ori event is staying, and hopefully it'll continue that way. I don't. It's not. I don't think it's about the stones. Dokkan is fun. Frontier is fun, but feels underwhelming as a new mode. More different playstyle. I mean, I would like for them to try and do Dokkan Battlefield, the original Dokkan Battlefield again. I think that would be pretty fun, personally. I think that could work super well. That as something as like a different mode. But like I remember people like heavily complain about that too. It's just remember like there is no escaping the heavy complaints about like literally anything that happens. In my opinion, I think where they erred with Dokkan Frontier is Namek Saga, because the thing with them doing Namek Saga for Dokkan Frontier here is that it is it's just so boring because okay, Ginyu, go. And then the next fight, Ginyu, go. And then the next fight, Ginyu, go. And then the next fight, like it's just you're just sitting there waiting for Ginyu. That's it. All you have is Ginyu. All you've got is Ginyu. I just, yeah, I don't know. That to me is like probably the biggest problem with it. Just so much reliance on Ginyu. So if it was like at Boo Saga, I think it would be so much fun because we would be seeing so like when I see people doing screenshots of doing Dokkan Frontier and stuff, we're just all using the exact same lineup, which is boring. If there was a Boo Saga Dokkan Frontier right now, everyone would be using different setups. There's so many ways you could build it. It's just Dokkan Frontier. I said this recently. It seems crazy to say because we're 11 years in, but it's almost too early for Dokkan Frontier. Like, these categories need more. Like, Android Cell Saga. Android 19 and 20 need to be individual characters. I think we need a new version of this Trunks. Mecha Frieza needs a real version. Although, to be fair, that he might be the Part 2 LR, Mecha Frieza. Android 18 needs her Dokkan Fest. Android 17 needs a Dokkan Fest from this part. Trunks, this version of Trunks needs a Dokkan Fest. This version of Trunks needs a Dokkan Fest, right? Piccolo needs another strong card. Yamcha and Tien need representation from the Cell games. Cell Jr. needs to be treated better, right? Representation from the Cell games. This Goku needs to be an LR, Bye Guys Goku. Yardrat Goku needs to be a Dokkan Fest. I mean, there literally is just so, like, there's so much. Super Trunks needs another character. There's so much to do, right? Tag Super Trunks and Super Vegeta. Tag Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Gohan. Like, think of the sheer volume of characters that we would want in-game before we would do Dokkan Frontier for Android Cell Saga. So, as insane as it is to say, it almost feels too early for Dokkan Frontier. Which, I mean, again, I know it is really crazy to say. Oh, and the Tien Dokkan Fest? Tien needs a Dokkan Fest. Cell, second form Cell needs a premium unit. Like it's just endless. Endless characters actually need something from, like every saga, so. So yeah, right now it feels like normal Dokkan with a twist. True new mode could recreate the orb mechanics and new way let players interact during character animations. Holding a Kamehameha to increase damage. Tapping or holding at the right time to get defense. Clicking certain spots to dodge. Would say it's too different. Dokkan's supposed to be a game where you can auto-enjoy the animations. I mean, attempting something like that is at least worth it, right? Like this type of mode? Sure. I think also, too, so remember, there's two things. There's Dokkan Frontier, and then there's Survival Mode, right? Which is like the new battle system. I do think it could be interesting if we were using Survival Mode against like the Super Saiyan 3 Goku fight or something, right? That would be interesting. People will blame Geppy for every bad decision our clues. Yeah, but I mean, it's just how it goes, right? Like it's like he's the head honcho right now. He's the guy. I'm a big Buffalo Bills fan. If the Bills lose, it's Josh Allen's fault. But if the Bills win, it's because of Josh. Like it's just how it goes, right? Like if you're the guy, you get all the blame, but you also get all of the praise, right? So, I mean, if Geppy goes crazy for TDC and GDC and the updates are crazy and they go, oh, Geppy, he's a superstar, right? Like, it's kind of like Geppy would have taken this role definitely knowing what he gets into. Now, I do think people have gone a little crazy on him, but, I mean, there have been legitimate frustrations. The only thing about it for Geppy is it does feel like a lot of the stuff that's happened have still probably been at least on, at minimum, like the 50-50 Amatsu Geppy part of it, right? We probably have to get a little bit deeper in before we start really getting into just like the Geppy decisions. Okay, so one thing that one thing that does happen a lot of times is that, they do get told you're doing this, like that occasionally from on high, the shots do get called. Just keep that part in mind. So okay, I mean, yeah, this was fun. This was fun. This was definitely fun. I would like to see them try like a new mode or something. Certainly could be good. Like something different. I'd like to see them like retry Dokkan Battlefield again. This one, yeah, we're all on board that the time limited events suck. Luckily, they did drop one that's not like that. Hopefully, it remains not time limited. I like if they're just gonna bring back the daily attempt limits, I would much rather have that than the 2-week window where we have the event. Quality of life updates, they should be sped up. Sure, sure. They're on a nice roll of quality of life updates. Let's keep it up though with Baba Shop like cleanup, summon animation skip, box space fix, things like that. The sync, yeah, it does feel like the sync just opened up so much negativity, man, doesn't it? I think it really does feel like it. The sync just made things so much more negative. This one, yeah, like, I will land on agreeing that the Dokkan community complains more than any other community. Although, again, I feel like I said, when I follow Dead by Daylight, I see a lot of the very similar things, right? And like I watch OTS, and sometimes they make a bad decision, and there's just like kind of like a little bit of a helpless like feeling. Like I know, like yeah, OTS brother, I know, yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah, but at the same time, we can praise Dokkan community because I do feel like the Dokkan community again is a little bit more accepting than probably some other communities, so that counts for something. And then MUI Goku as like, yeah, if you go overall, like, since the start of the game or something like that, like which character has been the best character the most days, or like, I don't know, a top 50 character the most days or something, EGL MUI Goku would probably be the answer. So let me know what you guys think. Yeah, definitely some good stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.